Hey peeps, buckle up for a new episode of Elevate Your Life Experiences, the one and only podcast made to teach you about personal development, self mastery, prayer work, spiritual studies, shadow work with a little spark of magic. Whether you're a beginner, novice, or a guru, you're sure to pick up tidbits of actionable advice when you listen to Elevate Your Life Experiences. Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well on this fine Wednesday evening. I hope you guys are doing well. Um so we're gonna see what the collective readings have for today. I did get some messages yesterday and today about a spiritual mother and a son, or a spiritual mother who has a mentee, like a spiritual teacher with a mentee, which is a young man. So this is about a woman, an older woman with a young man. Okay, they have a very strong relationship. It could be a mother son dynamic or teacher mentee dynamic. Okay, but they're pursuing the same situation, like the same chosen individual. Okay, and I really believe it's a mother and son. Okay, so what it looks like is the collective has probably been dealing with a lot of witchcraft, of course, in 2023 for whatever reason. But the reason that I've been seeing is money is the root of it all. Clout and fame, that's the root of it all. I don't know about fame, but I know money is the main factor. So what I'm seeing, just to get straight to the chase of it, is that the collective has been in this energy dealing with covens, groups, and all that. But what the root of it is probably saying, what was the seed that kind of started this whole thing, this whole cycle, everything. And we as the collective had our own lessons to learn, and these karmics had a lesson to learn. We both had healing to be done, some in some form of way. Okay. Sometimes your presence just irritate people's demons, okay? Your light can really piss people off, okay? But what I saw was a woman who went through a spiritual ascension and left herself, forgot herself. And when I mean forgot herself, I mean literally left herself in the astral realm and tried to become somebody else. Okay. Trace down somebody else's life, destiny, the whole nine, and left her higher self by itself in trauma. The spirit was angry. Nothing like I ever seen. And what I saw was a finger projecting out of her aura. And it was a very blaming energy, like you, it's all you. But as you got closer, you felt this cry, like this pain that you never felt before. It's an immense pain. This is trauma on 100. And so, and spirit, said to me, like the song from Ella Kuche, I need love. Somebody had this lustful energy as well. Somebody's going through a trauma. And we thought maybe the levels of action and activity this person has created out of their trauma was something else. And what we saw, what we were bearing witness to, was someone who avoided healing and went on a long pursuit to demonize someone else. The chosen one. Let's say that. And I had a vision of a SUV pulling into a driveway in a country road, country lifestyle, like a trailer, stuff like that. And I saw this SUV pull into the driveway, and a little girl and her parents, who were well off. You know how it is when family members who are well off come down to the country. And the little girl jumps out of the back seat in her cute little dress and her little pink little shoes and her little cute little purse and her little pigtails, black girl, looking on a lollipop with a purse full of lollipops. She was definitely blessed. And the parents walked around the vehicle holding hands, meeting each other, holding hands, walking towards the other little girl's mother. And the little girl was sitting on like a wooden bench She was dressed, just by herself, nobody to really play with. And she looked at the little girl and walked up to the little girl and says, "Can I have a lollipop?" And the little girl immediately grabs a lollipop from her purse and give it to her. And immediately the little girl popped the lollipop in her mouth and then squint her eyes in like envy. Pushed the little girl, snatched the purse, and then proceeded to fight the little girl. Kick the girl's, throw rocks in the girl's face, kicking her, ruining the little girl's dress and shoe buckles. And the little girl's just trying to protect herself from the rage. And the parents immediately turn around and extend their hand and push the other girl back, snatch the lollipop out of her mouth, snatch the purse back, and retrieve their daughter. Picked the little girl up. The girl was brand new. I was like, damn, where did dust go? The dust was hurling. And the little girl got picked back up, purse got picked back on. The little girl, they crushed the other lollipop, like, no. And they scolded the woman, the little girl. And I felt like the girl couldn't mess with her no more. The parents grabbed the little girl by the hand and said, "No, don't go play with her." And they went towards the mother and left the little girl without a lollipop, kind of cast out, and put back in her place in a sense, right? The spirits grabbed the other little girl and took her away, went to the parents, spoke to the parents, and then left. But there was a feeling of poverty, a feeling of being, how your parents are stern, and so you always kind of have to kind of get out the room, like, get on, girl. Now we're talking grown folk business. No, go outside and do something with yourself, and go on in there, take a bag. You have parents that you didn't get the love you need. You got, you ate, you had food on the table, but you didn't get that nurturing kind of vibration that you need. Sometimes we all as kids probably have that point in our time in our shadow. As we grow up, sometimes our parents create our shadow. And I know, because my family's very karmic. Everybody has things that need healing in our bloodline, everything. And then people think it stems back generations. It stems from right now. Your parents can instill trauma and wounds in you too. And then you cast it out in your pain. Your pain is the attributes of your magic. It's your spiritual characteristic. Plus to whoever you believe and worship. And so that's the emphasis I'm trying to make today, is that what is your spiritual characteristics? What has you done for yourself in your self-mastery? And I'm talking to people who've been in the game. I'm not talking about people running off, getting initiated, and hadn't done shit for themselves. They immediately hit go and go straight into terror. Just fucking up the field. Okay. What have you done for your own healing? Like all the magic that we all embody, all the healing that we all got, all the access to wisdom we all got, what have we done for ourselves in our own healing? That's the question I got. And then we define ourselves all the time on what our spiritual character is. I know mine is, because I've been tested and tried this year. I know I got patience of Job. Okay? I know I'm a healer, and I know I'm a messenger. Learning a little bit that I'm a little bit of a warrior too. But we gotta learn self-mastery. And last year I posted something about teaching a self-mastery class. And I don't know if people, sometimes you can say things and you can put words out there and things can get easily misconstrued. Now, when I posted that workshop out, self-mastery, I wasn't saying self-mastery like I was the master. Because I always tell people I don't put out anything that I ain't mastered. But I've worked hard for self-mastery in my private time. I ain't out here thugging in the street. I'm not a street person. I'm trying to elevate. I've chose to elevate your life experience. I am trying to elevate, not just me, but my generations and anybody who I'm around. Not in the lower aspect, though. It takes patience. It takes observation of self. We out here wilding out. I want to heal people, but some people don't want to be healed. I know, because some people are codependent. Some people are codependent on money, attention. Others want trauma bonding times 1,000. And anybody knows that vampirism is a level of codependency. It all stems from something mental. Okay. I'm on an evolution of self-discovery every day. I'm on a journey every day seeking self. Not like self and ignorance. I'm talking about clear divinity, higher self knowledge. I don't want to hear a lot of chaos. I find chaos a lesson to be learned, but not a lesson to stay in. I feel like there's power and wisdom in chaos. You can learn from things in chaos. But do I want to stay over there? I don't think nobody really wants to stay over there. I'm pretty sure that 99% of the people want to wear all white, walking barefoot, cross a pool that what do you call them? One of them endless pools where you look at it, it looks like it's just falling off the cliff and you don't see the edge of the water. A lot of you want to be elevated in your spiritual consciousness. I feel like a lot of you have access to it, but it's corruption. We defile everything. And so I looked at the cards and it says, define your negative spiritual traits and then define your spiritual character. And I questioned that. I said, have we this year discovered our spiritual character? Who do you believe you are? You know, people want to tell you who you are every day. They will get upset. You're like, bitch, I'm the baddest bitch on the block. They're like, bitch, you know you ain't. And give you 17,000 reasons why not. Who are you? That's why I asked. And have you created the image and the actions that defines you in your spiritual character? And keep in mind that this includes the people, the spirits you worship. Spiritual characteristic is about who you worship and then how it defines the spiritual characteristic of yourself. Do we follow the enactments of the spirits? I'm pretty sure people realize I'm a Christian. So, you know, Yahweh, vibrations. Do I define those characteristics at times? I'm not talking about light and soft, because a lot of people misconstrue light as a weakness. Light ain't weak. Not at all. Being kind and sweet to people ain't weak. It can make you vulnerable around the wrong predator. We gotta act like we in the goddamn jungle now. You gotta know your predators out here. What defines your spiritual character? When you go out there in your spiritual community, are you trying to discover yourself? And I'm gonna say something else about self-mastery. Self-mastery is not something that you master and then you teach a class. Now let me refine that, because when I posted last year about self-mastery, I meant it as an ongoing journey. When I talk about shadow work, I'm consistently on the nick of the shadow. Okay? I've seen so many people go through so many bad judgments based off the ego, which is also tied to the shadow. We will do some fucked up shit based on the ego and the shadow that's untamed. That's the key to self-mastery. I'm not going to be a spiritualist out here half balanced. I'm not going to be a half-cocked spiritualist. People say, what you mean by that? That means I got all the magical tricks I can conjure, I can do all the miracles and wonders, and I'm unhinged. I don't know balance. I don't know how to balance light and dark. And I've been faced with darkness really heavily this year. So I've looked at it. I can't say I mastered, but I'm like, I've definitely faced darkness. Full front and fledged to the highest level of darkness. We have to learn our spiritual alchemy. It's about balance. And I saw that in the spirit. I saw spirit said it is time to recalibrate. Define who you are. I found my journey. And people were so hell-bent wanting me to be stuck in 1999. Lost and confused. Back in my old shadow state. I'm like, once you heal something in the shadow, it's healed. It's not you throwing something else in there and creating another wound for somebody else to be stuck in trauma. So they can be a karmic shield, a weapon out here in the collective. We got teachers out here going into soul retrieval energies, all up in people's spiritual auras and destinies and meddling in traumas and emotions and wounds, trying to find shit. So busy trying to discover somebody else need to discover themselves. And then you wonder why people are blessed. And there's an anointing over them. There's a protection over them that you can't quite understand. People trying to figure shit out. Why is this? Why they got that? Why they get this? Bitch, I was trying to teach you. I was trying to show you. But you crossed me up. You had to kick me down a few plagues. You had to tell me you ain't who you said you were. Okay. I was trying to discover myself and help you discover you too. But now we out here in these spiritual streets, lost and befooled and confused. Oh, I'm not confused at all. People take a lot of time to wound somebody, to maim them. It takes a lot of time to study your adversary to the point where you become and look, after a while things look foolish. And nobody wants to look foolish out here. Nobody. Nobody wants to look foolish out here. But sometimes your actions create that energy, right? We're all been under that thing. Somebody says it's time to be painfully honest with the inflictions that people have done to you, right? And this could be your parents, your children, your everybody. In 2023, you guys, you need to be painfully honest about the stir up of anger, envy, jealousy. What hatred have you projected out into the world? And a lot of people don't think they're prejudiced. I will define that a lot of people this year realize they may be spiritually prejudiced to their community. Spiritual lives matter. You think people have issues with race, sexuality, but people have a problem with people who are trying to find themselves in the light. People may have a problem with people finding themselves in the dark. And then they become spiritually prejudiced. And then they enact witchcraft to embody or lies to amplify the condition. Spirit says somebody's committing perjury. You want to prosecute people because you may feel maybe you've been pursued in your childhood the same way. Someone can't get into your dreams, or they're trying to get into your dreams. I don't think they can get in, or they're trying to. They're trying to mess with your mind as well, but that's not going to work either. Somebody's maybe trying to stop you from transforming negative energies. And this is probably the same people that's casting the spell. If they've been casting a lot of negative energies, they may start seeing that they're having a hard time getting rid of it. They can't transmute it like other people, okay? Somebody may have tried to tarnish your reputation. Try it, and as I said, try it. Somebody may have done something with time travel or shamanic shamanic journey, or something with time. I got a lot of communication about that yesterday. Somebody was messing with like the timeline, jumping back into people's past and things like that. I'm going to say this. Somebody may end up getting sick, okay? Or they try to get you sick. I feel like that's got denied too, or will be getting denied. Somebody's really working hard trying to get you sick. So I had a vision of that too. Somebody may also try to stop you from finishing what you start. If you're getting ready to start on something new, or you started something new, or you focus on goals and tasks in your own spiritual nature, like your ascension process, like your spiritual journey as you ascend up, they may try to stop that, but they can't stop it. Okay. It's in your soul journey. This is your fate. This is your destiny. This is like it. And somebody is trying to intercede and say they're the hands of God. I think that's creating an enemy that nobody wants to mess with. You know, like you mess with the Omega Almighty, and then you're like, that sucker don't have that kind of protection, and they find out that the person does have that kind of protection. It's going to be something like that. Somebody's been observing you, but they're going to see the truth, or you're going to see the truth, and you're going to be able to handle it. Let me see like that. But somebody wants to. I think somebody wants to be the hands of God, and I see some spirits watching. Speak your truth, you guys. It's time to start advocating for yourself. Someone may have spread some lies out here in these spiritual streets. I really want to say this. Somebody may be the victim of their own witchcraft. You know how you do all this witchcraft and all this stuff is starting to slowly come back around? Nobody believes in karma, though. I feel like someone's going to be feeling victimized from their own practice. I also feel like that spiritual mother who went on a journey to steal from a divine collective, a divine feminine, everything this woman had, the relationship, the money, the house, the car, the career, the talent, the intelligence. I mean, this person was trying to embody this collective. They did a lot of spiritual sin, you know. I don't like saying sin, but I'm going to say it's sin because I see them being marked by spirits, and they said generational curse. So I think every action they did have cursed themselves and their generation. And if they're mother and son, it's a double whammy. I also see that someone could be ill or have the feeling of being ill, or they may have fear of being ill because they cast so much stuff. I think they're right because I saw them in the timeline and their spiritual cord was showing very, very clearly. And there was something watching your spiritual cord. Out here in these spiritual streets, doing these spiritual things. And he didn't look like he's somebody you could bribe. Somebody also, this young man wants to be someone's lover, or this person, or maybe the spiritual mother wants to be a lover, or wants you to have a certain lover, or she was trying to control your lover, or she's trying to control your love life and your money. So she was trying to puppeteer you energetically about your love life, your money, and your life direction. That's a problem. She was trying to negotiate, strategize against your personal and professional life. Yeah, she's working with an entity. She's working with an entity to do this. She was a mastermind, maybe. It looks pretty bad. So yeah, she masterminded to do this towards an innocent person. She wanted to steal and vamp off or use the person as a human battery, a child of they say a child of God who's too pure for these actions. Maybe for this person's creative gifts. This person was very creative, artistic. Person has a very has a cause to save humanity or has something to do with humanity. Just your luck. You go, and all the people they go mess with, they're gonna mess with somebody who's gonna serve humanity. Damn. Yeah, they said somebody was trying to destroy somebody who was going to serve humanity. And they became addicted into destroying this person. And a night joined this woman, this man, who shapeshift. This man may have shapeshifting abilities. And they ended up trying to rob That means these people plot and plan. This is like a, what you call it, premeditated. This is not like, oh, just out the blue, I'm gonna mess you up. This was premeditated. They're gonna be victimized. All this bullying, and it's all reaping from their childhood wounds. All this is from a fucking childhood wound deep down. And there's some people in the background that is watching. This is crazy, y'all. So they gotten into this energy, this mother son duo, this mother mentee duo got on a journey train, the karmic train of express, to torment, violate, control, dominate an innocent person's life. This says innocent because the call says pure and innocent. To thieve, use them as a human battery, and has become addicted to this woman's energy or man's energy. And it all stems down from their own childhood wounds. And they're trying to inflict yours. So you be in Karmicville too. It's almost like they want to turn you to the dark side. Turning the dark side would be easier to get you. I don't know if that would be easy because I feel like it'd be worse. Because can you imagine somebody who's that hard to beat on the pure side and then they go dark side? You probably think they're going to lose their protection. And Spirit says, I'd rather not. I heard somebody just said, I'd rather not. So I don't think that's going to be happening. Whatever they want to do to make somebody lose their protection, I don't see that panning out either. I don't see somebody giving up their spiritual protection to go hacksaw you in the middle of the night in your dreams. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. So somebody needs to go and come to a realization of who they are. Who are you in the aspects of this year? When you look at yourself, are you trying to go into this delusional state? Oh, I'm this, I'm that. Really define who you are, who you want to be going into 2024. Who you want to end up embodying as a spiritual, like the spiritual characteristics in 2024. Somebody got body image issues. Like whatever issues they got, they want to project it on somebody else and then say the wound that they got. You know how somebody be like, yo, she got fat ankles, and they got fat ankles. It's like weird. It's like they're projecting their own triggers and shadow onto someone else and then mark it. Like they point it out and shit. It's weird as fuckity fuck. This is somebody who's scared to say who they are, kind of, in a sense. Like they don't just say, hey, I got these fucking shit, I got these fucking issues. Like, just say who you are, bitch. If you light, to say light. If you're dark, you're dark. If you work both sides, I work both fucking sides. Somebody got some body shaming issues too. I don't know. Somebody has a really nasty. Someone wanted you as a sacrifice. Someone is doing a spell right now. I feel it. Someone wants to fake who they are, but they're ruled by anger. And it's all, and again, childhood wounds came out again. Somebody's going through childhood wounds that came to life in 2023. But you attack someone with your shadow, pretty much like shadow casting in a sense. Somebody used all their pain and triggers and wound and used somebody as a target practice in 2023. And they wanted to steal and pillage what they had to become embodied by that energy that they saw and admired or envied. So yeah, this is a tragic, to me, I just heard Spirit says tragic defeat. What the fuck? Okay, so excuse my language. You guys definitely do a spiritual cleansing often because somebody's trying to energetically tamper you or shock you or send negative energy away to kind of lower your vibrations throughout the day and the night. Amp up the protection, cleanse often. Okay, but one thing I will say is that someone may also be probably trying to mental magic on you and to get you to spiritually self-sabotage. I do feel the spirit of self-sabotage, and you may want to listen to positive affirmations and do a clear conscious flush, or a mental clarity flush, because you got people in your head spiritually trying to get you to stop. No, don't do that. No, don't do that. Or it's saying like they're trying to do it in that sense. They're also sending you a lot of spiritual entities, jinns, trying to intercept you as well. I feel like it should be lessening before the end of the year, because I'm seeing that they have no other choice. In the vision, I did see someone transitioning. Yeah, someone may be transitioning if they don't heed whatever spirit. And I think spirit has been talking to them. I don't know if they're hearing the message clearly, because I hear it. Spirit said specifically, you can say something and they may misconstrue what you said and create some kind of whirlwind, chaotic storm. And maybe the spirit's been trying to tell this person, hey, stop, no, or you're gonna transition out of here, or you're not gonna wake up, you're gonna be found dead on your altar. I don't know if anybody having visions of dying, but I'm telling you that I saw two visions. I saw one person in the grave. And I'm not joking. I see some spirit. I see death a lot. And I'm literally telling you, well, I saw the person was in the grave with flowers. Okay? It made a point to show me. And the other one looked like they're going to pass away conjuring. They were sitting in a chair and they died like sitting in the chair. They didn't make it back to their body. The candle was still lit. The familiar was still sitting in the altar looking around like, what's happening? Where's my master? Another person I saw dead on the altar. Y'all better stop playing out here. I don't know what y'all doing. All I know is somebody's spiritual cord is thin. I'm over here looking like the oracle from Hercules. And now we get the line of fate, and the scissor goes snip. That's what it looks like out here in the spiritual street. But somebody's spiritual cord is real thin. I'm just a messenger. I'm just saying that the karma is looking like it's going to give what it's supposed to be given. Another thing I saw, and this is not great, and I'm trying to be the messenger and hopefully not get hexed off the fucking planet, which I don't see I'm going. I already know I'm not going anywhere. In any case, I saw a woman sitting in a chair. She goes to get an exorcism. She needs an exorcism because it's an entity of envy, lust, jealousy. Like every sin y'all can think of, it has inhabited her. Okay? And she doesn't know why she's obsessed, so she don't know why she can't shake it. And the same thing for the man. He can't shake it. He's like, I don't know why. I just gotta do it. They don't know why. Okay? They may know why, but it's like a very low vibe. They both been hit by the same entity. It was on her, and then she invoked it into the man, or something like that. It's like the shit just started jumping. I don't know, but I feel like it's a bloodline thing. In any case, I saw the woman sitting in a chair. I think she was trying to conjure, and all of a sudden, y'all know, if you ever seen Constantine, the fire and brimstone, where the ground open up and you see the people screaming and the demons screaming and stuff. Well, just imagine a demon coming out of this lady's feet. And it was a brimstone, fire breathing demon. And he was crawling like out of her feet. And something grabbed it and tried to drag it down into the pits of hell. And he was grabbing this woman's ankles too. He was going to drag her in the pit. Fuck around, find out. And at the same time, she was trying to get the exorcism. She's trying to steal somebody's gift. And I think this is what's bringing this shit on. She tried to steal somebody's gifts. It was too powerful, or it kind of didn't stay or something. And I saw some spirits around this lady. And she's like, he said, you want what she got, don't you? I'll give it to you. And the spirit gave it to her. And they said, and I heard a voice says, I'm going to make you drown in it. And all of a sudden I saw It looked like a tidal wave. But you know how water is blue? It was like fire in the water. And it overrode her up high, way above her caliber of energy. And literally it was like hearing the words like finish her. And she couldn't maintain the energy. And it started to override, and I saw a huge tidal wave of red and blue water sweeping her over. Like she was gonna either drown by this fiery water, or she was gonna drown, she was gonna burn and be dragged into the pit. Like these two things clashing at the same time ain't cute. That's a hell of a karmatic situation. Okay, that's a problem. Houston, it's a problem. So I don't know what these people are doing out here, what they're tapping into, what they're trying to tap in, what they're doing, and who they're touching. But whoever they're touching and doing it to, including myself, I'm saying you may want to rethink if you want to see the end of December. Because I heard some things about December. Okay. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. The woman was not here by the end of December. I don't know what she's touching on or what she dabbling in. She may be in the hospital. She may not be here. That is not cute. I'm not making this as a prediction, by the way, because it said options, choice. So I feel like the only choice they got is to stop and heal. That's the only choice I see. I think they've done everything else. They tried everything else. They did everything else. And the only option I see is to grab that inner child, get an exorcism, and heal. That's that addiction. And she may even lie out of her own addiction. You know how somebody says, I ain't got it, I'm not the problem. It's not me. It's not me. It's not me. Bitch, you got a problem. Okay. And whoever that kid is, that young man is, who's on this wild journey of obsession, both of y'all are inflicted by the same exact spirit. And it's gonna cause a turbulence because this thing look like it will crawl up the walls. I'm talking about something serious. I'm talking about a serious. You know how people say you gotta call the Catholic Church to get you to get the. You're gonna need to call 4, 5, 12 priests to fight that thing. You need the priest, not the priest, the priest, and not be trying to kill somebody. I mean, you need to go save yourself at this time. Somebody was hell bent on revenge and did a whole lot of masquerading to do so. Somebody's prideful. They may not heal. It's a time out here. Somebody's obsessed over an angel who's in peace and not bothered by the situation. They want to make you a sacrifice. And it's all stemming from childhood wounds. That's the situation. That's the situation at hand. Somebody's having a hard time dealing with their inner child wounds, lack healing, forgot themselves in the process, and went on a pursuit to steal and become somebody else's life path, and end up losing themselves in the process. And the only thing I see as a resolution is they run to look like they're gonna run overseas, because look like they're gonna have to fly overseas to heal, to save their child. If that's their child, they're gonna have to save their child. The child is a problem. This entity is going to drag y'all both to the pit and crawl up the walls. No, I don't know who can fight that thing. Okay. I feel like the person that they was in pursuit of was meant to come into their lives to heal them, but they wanted to kill their healer. The spirit says they gotta atone for their sins. Somebody went out here on a masquerade of lies. I mean serious lies. Throne of lies. And they're gonna have to atone for their sins now. They're gonna have to atone for the actions they did. Somebody just wants to be you to be engulfed in love with them for some reason. Somebody's blinded by their own pain, like they don't even realize they're in pain. Whatever lie they projected out into the community, it's gonna mess them up. This lie is like whatever lies they said about somebody, it's gonna mess them up. something about somebody's body. Yeah, they gotta heal this gluttonous envy. This evil eye thing has to be removed as well. So they may have embodied an evil eye spirit. That gotta be removed. It's opened up a whole can of worms for them. They end up like, yeah, it says anger and chained up, bound. They're bound to the spirit. This envious, gluttonous spirit. And they can't see that they're blinded by the pain. They may even work with Beelzebub. And they're prideful. So this is somebody who wants to never admit they will masquerade like everything's okay. They don't want to admit that they was trying to double gang or copy or steal someone's twin destiny. They're going to try to continue to hide from themselves or continue to hide from their true nature that people already know is there. Jesus Christ. This is intense shadow work. Yeah, this is a queen who wants to be, she's going to find peace. That's one thing I can say. If the woman goes towards healing, she may not have to worry about further actions of this karma that she got coming. I don't know if that's going to stop it, but if she choose healing, she's got a better pathway than what I saw in the other hand. If she took the lesser, I'm like, it's a wrap. If she keeps going on this route, it's a wrap for her and her mentee or son. And I see that the collective have been tapping into this man and woman dynamic, and it was pushing out too, and spirit was like, they're doomed if they keep going. I was like, well, okay, I might share this message. Any day, I feel like we all need to go on a journey of looking within ourselves, understanding our spiritual characteristics. Who are you worshiping? What your belief system is, and then look and see if that characteristic defines you. A lot of you guys probably had you wanted to be certain things, and I think once you embody it, I don't think you really wanted to be what you became in 2023. And I'm gonna say that frankly. And I'm not talking about the persona of you glamour magic and you all here, I'm this up. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you're left alone, it's just you and them spirits. That a lot of the recourse that's gonna be occurring, I don't think you wanted it to be for yourself. Let's say it like that. You didn't give a damn if somebody else was feeling the shit, but now that shit's going to come back to you. I don't think you're going to be able to handle it like you've been dosing out. I always say don't ever send out something that you can't handle yourself. So if you're out here casting death left and right and poverty and never finding a partner and homelessness, and if you can't handle it, then you may not want to dish it out, because you may be actually living what you created. And I think this was what's happening. Somebody's addicted and they're manifesting so much that they're manifesting their own reality. They have created a siphoning, disempowering energy, and they need a cleansing and exorcism to shift this dynamic that they've created for themselves, that they was targeting people with. Not everybody can do what other people do. Some people can go ahead and do those type of actions and not suffer. Yeah. So that's all the message I have for this collective. It looks like somebody's getting ready to get a dose of their own medicine, and it looks like a heavy dose to handle. They won't have time to be sending you energetic imprints of evil eyes and tapping into your energy field. They're gonna need to find a plane ticket and find this priest to get that jealous spirit of lust, envy, murder, plot, whatever that entity is, and go heal that mentee son. Because, I will say this. I see them going overseas, talking to a priest. Child, this young man has a bad attitude and a lot of ego. The priest tells him something about a woman that he cannot have. Okay, I saw the priest. He said something. The guy said something about I wouldn't want this person, or I want this. And the mother was, I saw the comic mother standing up to the side. The thing about this comic mother, though, she kind of act like she didn't have a problem. She pushed her son in front to get the counseling from this particular priest, and the priest said, "You're not getting this woman." And he said something to that man about another woman and the chart that he was supposed to be taking and the destiny he was supposed to be embarking on. That young man jumped up, knocked over a plate of hot coal, looked like charcoal, and some white stones or crystals. He knocked over that man's hot coals, uh, hot plate, wherever it was. It was like a little bowl. Well, it was a nice sized bowl. He knocked it over all onto the floor and started cussing and berating the priest. And I saw the priest look like leered at him. You know how you can tell somebody you don't want to fuck up. You're like, you don't want to fuck with. Like this man doesn't need candles or anything to fuck you up, you and his domain. And his mother was like, don't say that to him, don't. No, he's trying to heal you, he's trying to help you. He was like, no, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. I was like, shit, this person's, and this man looked at him, and I don't think that man made two swipes. And all I know is that this person ends up losing some kind of gift or spiritual rank. It was taken from him. And I heard punishment, really. So he got some kind of punishment. And the man healed the boy, and the boy went on a journey with a woman, not the woman that he was in pursuit of, but another woman. And he had a happy life. Like he looked like he transformed, healed, and he was off in the sunset. The woman, however, I did not see what happened to her. I do know I heard something, but I'm hoping that's not what I heard. And I felt something. It was like, how somebody fade out, like disappear? It felt like somebody disappeared or transition. I didn't see no death spirits or nothing like that, but something happened to this woman and I just see her fade out. Okay. But the priest ended up trying to, actually, I'm not say trying, he did heal them. And that's the vision I had, that they would end up having to go and fly somewhere. And they was on a hell-bent journey of the cycle of assassination or destroying somebody's life. And the priest was not having it. The priest was like live or die. He didn't give a shit. He was like, you want to live? This is this, and he did the thing. He's like, bitch, you're gonna die. And you want to live, do this. And he was not playing. He was not giving them much grace of options. It was like there was no fucking options. Like I think they did all the options, and there was no other way to go but heal or release this entity. And so I see them, the priests removing or extracting whatever they did, and some other things left them, maybe gifts or something. But the young man was still psychic, but he wasn't a karmic minefield anymore. He was very happy walking off with a woman. And I'm not saying happy ever after. He looks much happier than what he was. He was going straight to the pit. And now he's off with a woman, living a more fulfilling life. And I didn't see what happened to the woman. So all I know that this is going to be happening before the end of the year. Like they got to make a choice, heal or the lesser. And I saw a tidal wave of water and the opening of the ground and an entity being called into the ground and grabbing this woman by her legs. So y'all got to make choices that's worth the effort that y'all put into. I don't think the shit was worth all this. Now that I saw what I saw, I'm like, none of this was worth none of that. None of this was none of that. But I will say that this year, 2024, we really need to work on our self-mastery and hopefully everybody for the best. So that's the message. I'm going to post it. This is a heavy duty one as well, but this is a shadow reading for sure. For a 12-12 vibe going into Mercury retrograde, this is a shadow reading. The key aspect I want you to understand is that your spiritual character defines your actions. And then sometimes our ego misguide us and delude us, and you're thinking you're walking in the path of the light and you're walking in the path of the dark, or you're walking in the path of a healer and then you find out you're fucking destructive as shit. Now, I don't have a problem with people saying, hey, I'm Lilith and Hecate, and then you embody the characteristics of them. Are they fair and reasonable? Are these spirits hot tempered? Are they trickster spirits? Like your character, your spiritual character comes out when you start to do your work. You know, are you unhinged? Are you a walking, raging pit of hell? You know, are you grabbing these benevolent spirits and then you're using them for the dark path because you're not balanced? You haven't self-mastered, and then you lowering these spiritual consciousness to do these dirty works that you're doing, and you're not even elevated. You're not even elevated enough to get these spirits to really work for you. Anyways, it's a long story. It's about self-mastery, you guys. It's not about trying to destroy people all day long. The key factor, what I'm trying to say, is that people are so busy trying to destroy themselves and sending out these demonic fears and torment, and the whole time their shadows casting out their whole life. This is why I tell people stop doing magic on people, because you can see your entire soul down to the ashes that created you out here messing with these spiritual streets, and you don't know who you're talking to, who you're messing with, and y'all just casting spells all over everybody, and you continuously do it, and you thinking you know their whole life stories in the Akashic records, and this person knows you down to your spiritual cord and your soul, your ashes of your creation. People, I mean, that's why I said people stop messing with people. They over here seeing your ashes of creation and your soul essence. You over here targeting them for their soul essence, and they're seeing yours too. This is why, I don't know, this is the key for self-mastery. You'll see a lot of less karmic things happening when we start to heal ourselves, and then we'll start to see an elevation of real kings and queens looking like real kings and queens. All right, guys, many blessings. Advocate for yourself, advocate for your community. Understand that everybody's here for an assignment. Understand your characteristics. Me, messenger, healer. That's 2 characteristics I can say. And the patience of Job. That's 3 characteristics I can say about myself. But I understand my shadow too. Understand your shadow characteristics. Get yourself under control. Spirituality is just not throwing witchcraft all over the place and calling it mastery. You can make magic look ungrateful. I mean, not ungrateful. It's a word for what I wanted to say. You can make magic that was supposed to be high value, like high evoluted energy, and you can fucking make it look like Kool-Aid. You can wash it down and tear it down. You can tear down spirits as well. Like, you got these spirits out here that are benevolent beings, and your thought consciousness is so vibrationally low. You got these spirits dampening themselves to meet you, and that's not what it's supposed to be. If you're really learning your spiritual consciousness and your mastery, you'll be just as high as the highest Orisha or the highest spirit. But you're not going to be walking terror. You're not going to be walking around tormenting and screaming at everybody, being an assassin, trying to tear up everybody's lives. When you elevate in those higher consciousness and getting them spirits to work for you, those spirits are high up there. And y'all are bringing them down to your lower aspect. I don't know. I'll just be looking. And I've seen these spirits, by the way. I've seen some Orisha spirits have to dampen their energy. Like, they have to come all the way down. And I'm looking, I'm like, damn, they had to go so low to meet them. I don't think that's what the plan was. Self-mastery. And when you find out that a lot of the stuff is coming from your inner child, your shadow, work and tame your energy. Work on not taming, but understanding yourself so that you can elevate your energy. And you'll realize that a lot of the actions that you're doing, you won't do, because you'll have a higher wisdom. That's all I got to say. That's the message I got. Peace. All right, guys. Once again, my name is Sheila Boyd, your intuitive empowerment life coach. Thank you for listening to Elevate Your Life Experiences podcast, where we discuss how to elevate your life through personal development, shadow work, self-mastery, spiritual and prayerful life with a little spark of magic. This podcast is intended for individuals looking for a spiritual foundation, that impacts elevation in their lives. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please subscribe, leave a rating and review to stay up to date with the Elevate Your Life experiences and get all the behind the scenes content. You can follow me on Instagram at auralily_coaching and check out the website www.auralily.com. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already and book an appointment at my website. Please tune in for the next episode. Have a great day.